Logan Paul, Logan Paul, Logan Paul. I thought you were on the way to greatness, but instead you just haven't done anything that great as of recently. I thought you were cool because of the Prime and KSI collab. Just everything you were saying, you were becoming an inspiring individual. If you looked at even your pinned tweet, you would think this guy is great. He's turned into something else. And sure, you could believe in NFTs or believe they were a complete scam, but Logan Paul took on that and it didn't seem like that to be too much of a scam. I'm not Logan Paul, but I think anybody with half a brain kind of knew NFTs were just a quick get money scheme. But he still tried to have his own take on it and do his own thing, and he did it, and he sold all of his stuff, got a lot of money off of that, bought a lot of Pokemon cards, got his Prime thing in order, and just overall got his money up. The next thing he tried to do, skipping past one of his big projects that we'll get back to, is also getting into the crypto zoo area, which is the big means of debate, and Logan Paul's coming out with the big guns, the big lawyers, because he's telling CoffeeZilla that he needs to lawyer up in his response video, which was nothing but a cry for me fest. All that he did in that video was address absolutely nothing. He took away credibility of one of the testimonials, and that's fine, but when you have other testimonials to back it up, you're not really doing much by discrediting just that one, in my opinion. And telling yourself and others on YouTube that the people around you were bad and they were criminals and they didn't vet them correctly, well, that's your fault. You are the leader of something. If you do not vet something yourself, or you trust somebody to vet it for you, that's saying a lot for your character and a lot for what you do as a company. And why would I want to put my money into something that is going to be backed up by criminals? I'm sure if we knew that from the jump, that we would have ended up not investing in it. I can't speak for everybody. There's a lot of idiots out there, just like the ones that invested in Dink Doink or Ding Dong, because you're an idiot if you invested in something like that. Even Investor Place, this investment site partnered with NASDAQ, had an article all the way back in July 12th, 2021, where they talked about the top things of the Dink Doink scandal that Logan Paul promoted, just got a bunch of money out of after rug pulling it. And the number one thing is that this crypto is good for absolutely nothing, which was a lot of these meme coins at the time, but Logan Paul sponsored this. He didn't talk about this. He didn't even address it, even though CoffeeZilla had a little bit of the Dink Dunk coin in there, so people would just know that this guy does not have a good track record and has been scamming people before. But in this video, he did not address it whatsoever, and clearly he made money off of it big time when it all came out. So he is not completely innocent in the crypto coin space. Did he sell any coins or any of his crypto zoo or whatever? Jumping back to that, no, he didn't apparently, but that doesn't mean that you can't still be running a scam business. Even if it failed and it came crashing down, you were the forefront of it. You were the one who promised a product, promoted a product, and gave absolutely nothing to the people who invested in the product. One of the funny things is Logan Paul said to CoffeeZilla that he should have contacted him directly.
Maybe we could have talked about this if you had reached out to me personally, not my manager Jeff, who is not me, Steven.
CoffeeZilla did go directly towards him and actually went into the Instagram DMs, in which Logan Paul said, as you can see here, that he is unrealistically thinking if he thinks that he is going to check every single DM that he ever gets from drama channels or whatever he wants to call CoffeeZilla, even though before he was on CoffeeZilla's dick. He did contact you directly. You didn't do anything about it. So what do you want him to do after that? He did contact you directly. He did contact your manager, and you never wanted a reply until after you got exposed. The funny thing is you're telling CoffeeZilla to lawyer up and setting a terrible precedent for just people in general, especially ones that you said did great until he exposed you. But you can't just lawyer up because somebody says something you don't like with evidence. You had some evidence to address like the testimonials and the people being criminals, but again, that just looks bad on your character. And even if the person's testimonial is completely null and void because he is a bad person, well, what about the other people too as well? They didn't really have much to say but that your coin or that your game was practically fucking them over. You didn't do much for this project, and you never talked about this project, even in the Discord where you only talked 2 times and then finally got a response after the CoffeeZilla video. So truly, do you think in anybody's mind that we believe you, that you say that you were working on this behind the scenes or you were figuring out something else behind the scenes, but nothing was brought up until you got exposed for doing something like this? I don't know. That's just my take. CoffeeZilla did did all this stuff to contact you after saying he should contact you, just for you to say, well, I don't see everything. And you promoted a dink-doink crypto that fucked many people over, and you benefited from it, so you were already not reliable in the cryptocurrency space. Then you put out a game, talk about it, it comes out, it's terrible, don't talk about it, and then a year later, you finally say something about it, only because you get exposed. So truly, were you on the path to greatness like you said you were in your response video and turning a new leaf for yourself? Maybe you were, maybe you weren't, but it looks like you have taken money from fans, and even in this case, if you didn't take money from fans, you got people's money taken from them because of the people that you hired. I don't care if you didn't directly sit down and talk to them, you knew who these people were, and they fucked you over, and in turn, fucked your fans over. No matter which way you try to spin it, no matter which way you try to look at it, your defamation case is not going to work. Your arguments are really bad, in my opinion. Overall, I just think that you should take a step back, take your L yet again, and try to redeem yourself, because this is the internet. It's fast. After a month, nobody's going to talk about this just like they didn't with the Dink Doink scandal. You're going to move on. The dead body stuff is here and there, but overall, nothing really happens with that either. You have a career. You're doing WWE. You do Prime. I don't know what else you can do really to make money besides scam people, so just do whatever at this point. You don't need to scam people. Just take your L, give people their money back if you want this all to just be out of your head, and that's all you need to do. I don't know. That's my take on the situation. I hope everybody enjoyed. I am so glad to be back, and I'm done with long intros and long outros. You guys have a great day. Goodbye.
Bitch, I'm riding down the E-way, smoking Doty, yo bitch passenger. If I fuck her once, then bitch, I'm passing her. 93, that's foreign, fill this bitch up to capacity. Arsenal, treat a little bitch nigga like he Cassidy. X this little bitch out, I'm in her mouth just like a